Hey, good afternoon, everybody. This is Jason Flame, host of the Master Motivation Podcast, with my co-host today, Mr. Danny Cleary. And we'd like to bring to you our Tuesday Thoughts, number 11, on this Tuesday, March 7th, 2023. Our word of this week is withdraw. So, Danny, what were your thoughts when you brought this word to our attention?
You know, it's something that I use an awful lot, this word withdraw, because so this month I've noticed also with our Tuesday Thoughts, which has been great, is we've been being a little bit more spiritual, on the more spiritual side of our Tuesday Thoughts, which is where they kind of stemmed from originally. So currently in the Catholic Church, where Jason and I both belong in the faith, it's Lent, right? So Lent, super important time of the year, and I get this withdraw word because there are so many times in our scripture readings or whatever that that Jesus tells us to withdraw and pray. And so I wanted to turn that to our Tuesday Thoughts today, because I think that, as you and I were just talking about when you were texting me about doing this today, life is so busy. Life is overwhelmingly busy. Life can be nonstop, go from one appointment to the next, from one job to another, from a job to a practice, from a whatever. Especially if you've got kids, it's even more of an insane schedule. And I think that there are some times in life where we need to take, just even if it's a few minutes, if you can spare yourself, a half hour, an hour, great. But even if it's just a few minutes, to withdraw from everything. And just for me, it's withdraw and prayer. Withdraw and prayer for peace, for just, hey, God, help me get through the rest of this stressful day. But sometimes it's just about taking a few minutes in the quiet to take a deep breath, be grateful that you do that. Because sometimes we forget, when we're so busy and we have all this to do, we forget to be grateful that we have so much going on. Right? Because most of the time, they're good things, or you can find good things in them, right? If you're super busy, it's usually because you've got a lot of good things going on in life, or because you've got a very good job or something like that. So there's always a positive to see in your busyness, in the chaotic, sometimes schedule of life. But I think we forget to realize that positivity. And so I find that when you take a minute to withdraw from the busyness, take a deep breath, take a minute to collect yourself, then it's when you start to realize that you have a lot to be grateful for, despite the busyness of life.
Absolutely. I find myself often in that that hamster wheel of going from appointment to appointment. I just finished another quick podcast right before this one, right? I've got another appointment right here after that. And it's like everything is constantly moving and constantly going. Absolutely 100%. Very grateful for all of the opportunities that I have. But, one thing that I try to do, and I try to do this when I come home, and someone taught me this, is that before I walk into my home, I usually spend an extra 2 to 3 minutes in my car before I get out of my car and remind myself, okay, I've got to enter the house as a dad. I've got to enter the house as a husband. I've got to let go of, a little bit of my day, because sometimes I could, and my wife will tell you this, right? I'll walk in and I want to tell her everything about my day, and I just, and it's a little bit overwhelming. Now I'm taking my overwhelming attitude and projecting it on somebody else. So being able to, like you said, kind of withdraw, sit back, and at the beginning of every day and at the end of every night, I again, I'm not perfect, right? None of us are, but I try to take that moment of reflection in the morning, whether it's in prayer or just like try to think of those 3 to 5 things that I'm super grateful for. Things that I'm excited. My day might be busy, but I'm excited to get to those things. And at the end of the day, taking a couple moments to reflect back on the day. What did I do well today? Where did I fall short today? And taking that time as well. So this word withdraw, I think, has so many different meanings. But for me, as you were talking, these are the things that I think about: taking some time in the morning, taking some time at night, and then when I'm coming home from work or an activity, taking that minute just to bring myself back to center before I enter the house and enter with my full self, not just part of me.
Well, something you just mentioned was I just thought was really an inspiring thing that I didn't even think about, but I think is so important when you said, I have to enter the house as, husband, father, whatever. And I thought that was really great because I think that if we, especially people that kind of wear a lot of hats in life, you're a podcaster, karate teacher, husband, father, chamber of commerce, whatever. I do youth group. I'm a son. I'm a professional wrestler. I'm a professional wrestling coach. I'm whatever. So we have all these different facets that we do. And I think that if we remind ourselves, whatever one of those parts of life we're entering, if we remember to be the best version of that for that period of time, I think that would help our focus. Because I think sometimes when we enter, as you were saying, when you enter the home with all the stress of all of the stuff you got going on, you don't let the best version that needs you at that moment to step in. I know I have that issue. Sometimes I go to youth group and my phone is going crazy for the wrestling, right? Like, oh, somebody can't do this or somebody can't do that, or I've got to schedule this or whatever. And I end up not being able to give my full attention to this because I'm worried about this other thing in my life as well.
Right.
And I think that's really inspiring to say, like, remembering which part of you, because when I mean that, I say, like, all of us have many different avenues of our life that we share, right? But whatever version of you needs to be the most up in the front of the line for whatever you're doing, allow that person to be there. Maybe it's withdraw from the other stuff so that you can give that version of you your very best at that time.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
So, really cool.
I wasn't sure when you sent me this word. I was like, I wonder where we're going to go with this today. But it's a really great reminder, and again, something that I have to remind myself to do every single time, because I know I teach this and train this with my instructors. I said, look, whatever you got going on in your life, when you come into the karate school, those kids on the mat are the most important thing right now, right?
Absolutely.
And then at the end of the day, when you check out, when you're getting ready to go home, now you got to be able to kind of leave that where it is and go into that next phase of your day or next phase of your life.
Absolutely. Because whatever stress it is that you need to put on pause for a minute, I'd say the same thing to the kids at youth group. When you're here for 2 hours, all that matters is where you are right now for these 2 hours or whatever. And that goes for anyone. If you've got stress at work or whatever, and you need to go to the gym just to blow off some steam for the 45 minutes you're in the gym, that stress thing that you got worried about, it's not going anywhere. So just leave it there for a minute. Put your focus on what you're doing, and you can pick that up right when you're done, because it's going to be there when you get back.
I love it. I'm glad we talked about this today, and happy that we were able to get a chance to withdraw for just a moment, because we both have a busy day going on right now. But hey, we got to take some time to talk about this today. Really happy about it, and hope you guys have enjoyed it. Please check us out, Master Motivation Podcast on YouTube. Subscribe, follow. This is now number 11, and we're just going to keep going each week with the Tuesday Thoughts. Can't wait to see you guys next time. Go out and make it a great day, and take a moment just to withdraw from the stress of your life, to be grateful, to be thankful, to reflect, and to take some time with God. That's it for today. Thanks, Danny.
All right. You're very welcome. Take it easy, everybody. Peace.